Hi, in this video I'm going to show you what layers are, what you can do with them, and basically why you need them. So you can see over here that you've got your layers panel here, and right here whenever you open a photo it always opens up as a background and it's always locked. First thing I always do is drag that little lock to the trash. Yours might look a little bit different. You might have some of these things expanded. You can just double click right there and it will collapse it for you. So what you want to do, let's start with this. Let's grab our brush tool, and I'm going to show you why you need layers first. Take your brush tool, you can make it black or white. You can double click and take any color you want. Let's take a green one, and I'm just going to grab a hard brush. So use your brush options, hard brush, and let's just draw right over it. And I say, oh my gosh, what have I done to my image? I've got this big snake sort of thing attacking my daughter. Let's erase it. So let's grab your eraser and you start erasing it. And you think, oh my gosh, what have I done now? I've completely destroyed my photo. I accidentally erased the photo and this green snake thing. So what you needed to use was layers. So let's go back to the original and let's click layer, the new layer icon, and it has a checkerboard here that denotes that it's a blank layer. It can't be white because white would actually mean it's the color white, and so it's completely transparent. It's on top, which means it's above my photograph. And now if I draw and erase, I'm actually only erasing something that's on top of my photograph. And that's what layers can do for you. You can stack your adjustments, and you can stack all of your layers like this. So what's one clear application of this would be for dynamic range. You can see here this is a sunset, and where it was attempted to be a sunset, and unfortunately with sunsets this happens all the time, is that you've got a really low dynamic range situation, in which what that means is that the foreground is super dark, or a lot of the image is super dark except for that little piece of the sun. Or you went the other way and you overexposed it, and you've got a lot of what the landscape looked like, but you have completely blown out your sunset and background. So I did this intentionally. I knew this was going to happen. So you get a little sunset. Unfortunately there's no rocks, and then you go ahead and you overexpose the rocks, and the idea is that you can then use Photoshop to combine them. And try not consider this as cheating. This is basically just the limitation of your camera, because what I saw with my own eye was a combination of these two images, but unfortunately my camera is not as sophisticated as the human eye, so you've got to somehow combine them. And this is technically called like a manual high dynamic range HDR blending, I guess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the move tool, and I'm going to hold down shift and, oops, sorry, it's locked. Let's unlock it first. Hold down shift, there. Hold down shift as you let go, and it will put it exactly in place. So you can see here it's exactly in place. It's just one right on top of another. Maybe there's just a hair of movement. Oh no, I can see it here. The boat down there, right there, is moved between, but I don't really mind. Okay, so now let's unlock this other layer. So this layer's on top. It's sort of the one that has more color. If I unclick that, I only see the one that's underneath. So what I'm going to do is, this is the one that I want most of the image from. I'm going to start erasing So I'll just grab my eraser tool, start erasing the stuff on top, and you can see that it's starting to bring in the layer below. And if I even click that off, click the underlayer off, the bottom layer, you can see I've just basically created a big hole. That's not necessarily the best way to do this. What you can do is, let's grab a nicer brush, and let's also grab the, let's say the opacity, maybe just like 80%. Let's make the brush a little bit bigger. And now we can kind of feather it in there a little bit better. And let's make the opacity a little bit lower. And now you can see, hopefully, that the purpose of layers. So now I've got a photograph that's more like what I remembered when I was shooting this photograph. Okay. Maybe something like that. Bring it a little bit smaller. If you want to zoom in, you can just click the spacebar command and then just hold it down and go to the right. There's a lot way better ways to do this, one of which is with layer masks, another which would be with selections. I can actually go in here and select very specifically what I want as opposed to just using a brush. But for the purposes of this video, this is just about what a layer is, and so I'm just going to do it this way to keep it simple. Okay, so that looks pretty good, and then let's add maybe an adjustment layer to this. So let's just click on the adjustment layers panel, and let's say I want to increase the contrast. So we can just click, see now it's got a new layer, and we can start to increase the contrast, maybe the brightness slightly. We can go in and grab some saturation, increase the saturation. We can even grab the levels and start to work with the levels a little bit. Anything that starts to help you get to where you remember when you were there. And that's kind of the whole purpose of photography, is trying to compensate with the limitations of your camera and trying to get to what you remember you saw. So that's layers in a nutshell.